Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the OCZ ProXStream 1000W power supply. What's included is a user's manual, 4 screws for mounting the power supply in the case, a power cable, and the power supply. This power supply is 1000 watts, which is enough power for today's high-end computer systems. Now, how is this wattage determined? Well, to understand that, you need to know what rails are. Rails are basically well-regulated transformers which convert domestic current into the voltages that your computer system can use. And there are essentially 2 different rails, the 3.3/5V rail and the 12V rail. In this particular case, the approximate maximum peak output of the 3.3/5V rail is 150 watts and the 12V is 840 watts, which is essentially how the wattage of this power supply is determined. The 3.3/5V rail is responsible for the motherboard, memory, PCI cards, and so on, while the 12V rail is responsible for the hard drives, optical drives, fans, CPU, video cards, etc. Also, some might be interested to know the peak amps on each rail. Well, the plus 3.3V is 28 amps, and the plus 5V is 30 amps. Now, unlike some power supplies that only have 1 or 2 plus 12V rails, this model has 4, and they are all 20 amps each, but the combined plus 12V current is 70 amps. There are a couple of important things to remember when selecting a power supply. The first is wattage. Determine how much wattage you are going to require by the amount of hardware you will be installing. Generally speaking, a medium to high-end gaming rig would require a 500 to 700 watt power supply. If, however, you are going hardcore and have a multiple video card setup with lots of other hardware, select a power supply that's above 700 watts. Second, it should be at or above 80% efficient at typical load. The efficiency of this power supply is 80 to 83% under typical load. Third, it should meet the latest ATX and other current standards, environmental directives, overvoltage, undervoltage, and other protections. This power supply meets all the current standards. Fourth, I'd recommend getting a power supply that has APFC. APFC, or Active Power Factor Correction, is something that also assists the power supply in being more efficient and therefore stable under load. APFC basically reduces total harmonics, corrects input voltage, and it allows for full input voltage range. Thankfully, this power supply has APFC. Finally, get a power supply that has enough leads for your setup. Let's have a closer look at this power supply. The housing is steel, so it's fairly heavy and comes with a highly reflective nickel chrome paint finish. There's one 80mm fan which is recessed. There are also lots of ventilation holes on the left, right, and back of the power supply. This ensures the power supply and all the components inside stay cool. This power supply has a standard power cable connection, but it doesn't have a power switch or voltage switch. This power supply has lots of leads, and they are all sleeved, which reduces the cable mess inside the case and will improve airflow. Additionally, the 4-pin Molex leads have easy grip connectors, which make connecting and disconnecting hardware simple. Finally, have a listen to the 80mm fan. If you're building a hardcore gaming PC, then you want to have a very high quality power supply, and this is that. This power supply will provide clean, quality power and lots of it. There are plenty of leads, they are all sleeved, and it's fairly compact for a power supply in this range. Generally, 1000 watt plus power supplies are much longer than this, and that poses a problem sometimes in certain cases. This power supply will fit in any ATX case that's currently on the market. Now, they did not include a power switch in this power supply because they just simply couldn't fit it inside. Inside this power supply, it's extremely tight. Overall, though, this is a kick-ass product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds. This has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also, pop into my website at www.3dgameitman.com, and while you're there, you can pop into the forums and register. And remember, registration is completely free. Also, keep in mind you can find out a lot more on this product in the forums. And as a final note, if you love watching my video reviews, please remember to help support 3dgameitman.com. If you wish to support, please visit support3gm.com. Until next time, take care. Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the OCZ or OCZ ProXStream 1000 watt power supply. It's all steel, so it's fairly heavy, and comes with a highly reflective nickel plate. Oh my god, nickel. Well, that's a reality. If you have some of the fastest video cards on the market, you're going to need some serious power to keep them juiced up. Juiced up, baby, yes! Whoa. In comparison to other power supplies in the same category. Other power supplies are generally longer. They are longer. Seconds, that button is, of course, sometimes going on and going on. Too long, bored out, people are bored. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds. This has been Rodney Reynolds.